Hi there, you're welcome once again to my channel. Today I'll be talking to you about how to trust again after disappointment and after you've gone through a heartbreak or a breakup or a divorce or even anything at all that is negative that has to do with a relationship that could cut across romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, any relationship for that matter, including work relationships. Yes. But before I go further, I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to this channel for more amazing content. And I'd like you to click the like button and the notification bell. So without further ado, I'm just going to get started. Trust is an element of every relationship that is very important. It just simply means that we rely on the other person to do what they have promised to do, and we hope for the best in that encounter, that relationship, that contract, i.e., for example, if it's work related, we are hoping and expecting certain uh, measure of uh, benefits, and we're also, hoping to also give. So it's a give and take, a symbiotic relationship. And the more the person or the people show that they care for our well-being, the more they show that they're able to keep their own part of the bargain, the more we come out of our shell, the more we come out of ourselves, the more we rely on them, the more we give to them, the more we invest in the relationship or in the contract or in the situation, and the more relaxed we become. So that could be at different levels up until the level of, for example, marriage, where you have no buffer, you have no cushion, no fallback position. You just have decided to join your life with another human beings, and you're expecting that they will not let you down. But sometimes the unthinkable happens and they do let you down, or that contract ends in a very terrible way. It ends before it was meant to end. That job contract, you're pulled from the job, or the company folds up, it goes into administration, or something goes wrong at work and you're dismissed unjustly, and so on. What do you do? How do you ever gain trust again? How do you become that person that can still continue to step forward and live a, a healthy life, a good life? I want to encourage you, first of all. I'm really, 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 really sorry for your pain, because these disappointments can be excruciatingly painful. They can be devastating in their effect. Not only is the disappointment horrific, but the impact could continue for a very long time to come. It could be for months and years and decades, depending on what you do. I want to encourage you today not to get stuck at the point of your pain. It's possible to get stuck at the point of that pain, because then what you do is, I'm going to build myself a cave, I'm going to build myself a wall whereby no one can come in, and I won't also be able to go out. Everybody's, I'm walled in, the world is walled out, and I'm safe. But are you really? Because we were not created to be alone. We were not created to do life without other human beings. We were not created to be hermits. So when we're building walls, we must realize that they are not really healthy for us. We need to be thinking about fences that have gates, and that have gates. Basically, we have to think about creating a boundary where there is a flow inside and a flow outward, because without that, we cannot do life. So how do we learn to trust again? The first point is, we've got to heal ourselves. If we're waiting for the people that wounded us to heal us, we will wait forever. Because the points that they were, the position of their hearts, their perspective as at the point that they broke us and they hurt us and they disappointed us, is such that we're not responsible for them coming out of that position. The stance that they took, the stance of disrespect or dishonor that they took when they decided to disappoint us or to break us, we are not responsible for changing their minds or fixing them. So we've got to fix the impact of what they've done to us. The first point is forgiveness. We forgive, we let them go. Then we forgive ourselves. Because one of the hardest things is to forgive yourself, because you're thinking, oh, this might not have happened, this would not have happened if I had done X, Y, Z, then A, B, C would not have happened. But how do you know? So I want to say categorically, just in case nobody has said this to you, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. You did your best as at the point that you were making that decision to take that job, at the point you were making that decision to commit £10,000 into that business, or to commit $1 million into that business. You did your best at that point in time. You could not rise above where your mind was at. You could not rise above your level of personal development, your level of the awareness and understanding of people and how the world works as at the time you made that decision. So I'm encouraging you to forgive yourself. After we've forgiven ourselves, what's the next thing? We have to really heal. Healing prevents us from getting stuck at the point of that pain. Healing allows us to move forward. Healing gives us the permission to live life and to enjoy life and to achieve our purpose. And healing is varied. There are so many different ways to heal. But the way to heal is not to rush headlong into the next relationship, the next business, the next boyfriend, the next husband, the next wife. That's not the way to heal. So we need to have that alone time where we're able to actually practice introspection, to understand what our mindset was as at the time we made the choices we made, what level of development we had, how educated were we about that situation, about that business, about that person, how much do we know of them, how much do we give ourselves an opportunity to find out who we're dealing with, what they were showing us that they were. When they showed up to be who they were, when the red flags started to fly, did we paint the red flags green? Did we make excuses for them? Were we thinking about, oh, I cannot hurt him, I cannot hurt her, I could walk away, but I choose not to walk away because my mom will be hurt, my dad is expecting me to marry, my uncles are expecting this, my brother's expecting that, I need to jump into that business and that job because my family is expecting me to make money. But is that contract the right one for you? Is it going to lead you to a good place of fulfillment of your hopes and dreams? Is it? Were you able to do due diligence as at that time that you were making that decision, to be able to decide, hang on, I'm not comfortable about this aspect of the contract. I need to get a lawyer to have a look at it. I need to look at it closely. I need to understand more. I need to ask more questions. Or did we succumb to love bombing? Did we succumb to all the perks, the emotional high, the euphoria of the start of that relationship, the love bombing, the fast pace? Oh, he swept me off my feet. Oh, she was just too good to be true. I couldn't lose her. But the red flags were flying. Did we ignore them? So healing includes going back to re-examine all of these things so that there could be healing, so that there could be understanding, so that there could be development. It's like going back to the school of life. Like we go back to go and really relearn who we are. Because in all of it, it's like, who am I? Who am I? What am I? What do I believe? What is my belief system? What is my mindset? How do I show up in the world? We need to ask and answer those questions. And then we need to now start moving forward to determine, so now that I want to move forward with my life, what are the things I expect of myself? What do I expect from life? And what do I expect from people that are allowed in my life? What measure of respect and honor do I expect from every relationship, every contract, every job, every business? And if I am not getting these things, what will be my decision? It is important to think about how you would operate that boundary that you have set. So you set a boundary and you say, I will not allow this again. I will not permit this disrespect again, this dishonor, this abuse, these verbal attacks, this embarrassing situations, this financial abuse, working so hard, not getting paid for my business, and these lies being told to me, disloyalty, cheating. What have you decided that you would do if that sort of treatment should come your way in the next phase of your life? You need to write it all down. Get a journal and write it down. Write the vision upon the tables, make it plain, so that you might be able to order your life accordingly. So you need to write it all down and know for sure, okay, if this kind of situation presents itself another time, I am going to do this. I am going to walk away, or I'm going to have a conversation and I am going to set a boundary, and I'm going to observe to see if he, she, or the organization or the friend respects that boundary, or they kick down my boundary and they ride roughshod over my feelings. And should they do that, I need to get up and walk away. So, according to Lisa Turkos, one of my most favorite authors in the world, she wrote a book, Good Boundaries and Goodbyes. Sometimes there is no other choice but a goodbye. So it's a good boundary, and if it gets to it whereby you're saying the same things forever and a day, and the disrespect is that none of what you say is being regarded, a good boundary is that there will be goodbye at that point. Because if you continue to make excuses for the person that breaks you, if I continue to make excuses for the person that breaks me, it becomes a perpetual lifestyle of brokenness. And that brokenness ultimately leads to low self-esteem, low self-worth, anger, emotional turmoil, trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which actually warps your psyche, it warps your psychology, it warps you on the inside, because the trauma is an ongoing trauma that has no end. It's not a one-off. Depression and anxiety, interpersonal problems, interpersonal relationship problems, a situation whereby you seem to have a personality disorder that is constantly oversensitive, hypersensitive personality problems. You're extremely sensitive to everything, and you're on constant alert to fight, to fly away, the flight, or freeze. And who can live like that? Ultimately, it results in all manner of diseases. Ask any medical doctor, they will confirm this. It's all written. There's so many journals on this, and medical journals all over the countries, or the developed countries of the world, that this level of emotional stress and turmoil, they will lead to medical problems like high blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, heart problems, and much more. Emotional problems, mental health, severe mental health problems, schizophrenia, psychosis, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to leave it there today. So what I'm saying to you is this: in trying to say I need to move forward and trust somebody else, I need to move forward and jump into another relationship or another job, you need to slow down. Slow down. That's what I'm saying today. Really just slow down and take time for introspection, to know who you are, to know where you were at, to heal before you then move forward. Slow down. In slowing down, trust you. As you develop yourself, as you educate your mind, and as you change your perspective, as you move away from the environments that broke you, the communities that broke you, the mindsets that broke you, you start to understand your place on this earth, your purpose, why you are here, and then you start to decide on how to step forward and not get stuck at the point of your pain. So wonderful talking to you. Remember, you're wonderful, you're gorgeous, you are amazing. There are no two yous on the earth. Nobody has your thumbprint or your palm print on the face of the earth. It's just you. You're unique, you're special. You've got to show up, you've got to heal. The world needs you. We need that wonderful you. We need that beautiful you. So keep shining. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, again, I have to say, please follow me on TikTok, on Facebook. Until next time, it's bye-bye for today. God bless you.